scene. That's crazy.
Hmm. What else do I can't play my clips on here because they're so naughty. Yeah, I can't really play my clips. That's kind of a shame. Yeah. Nothing is friendly for these platforms that I do. But audience, why should I talk to you if nobody's there yet? So, yeah. Streaming. Oh, I didn't turn on my TikTok yet. Hello, TikTok. Hello, TikTok. Am I on? Am I on you? TikTok, am I on? We're going to have some fun today. We're finna have some fun today, audience. You know why? Because I said so. Mm-hmm. Kiss the day goodbye. The sweetness and the sorrow. It's as if we already knew, but I can't forget. Wait, I need to like not show this. Hold on. I don't want to show something I'm not supposed to show, so let's do this. I need to show something else. What else can I show you that isn't what I don't want you to see, right? I don't want you to see that. So, okay, so I need to pull up my Safari, and then we're going to switch that to something nice like a TikTok. Sorry, I should have had this ready. I apologize. We don't want jump desktop. No, no, no. We don't need to see that computer going on at all. Don't need to see any of that. Don't need to see any of that. We do need to see what's my TikTok world. Put that in the middle there. Sorry, audience. I'm really trying, I'm trying. Trying to do right by you. I'm trying to do right. Let's have a little TikTok fun. We're going to scroll my TikToks, have a little bit of fun. But then the bottom part is kind of blank, right? Let's make it a little bigger. That's what she said, right? Or they said. If you're non-binary, they said. Make it a little bigger. How's that? Is that good? I'm sorry about my mess, audience, but that's just how it is. Okay, let's see what's going on. Dictatorship. That sounds like a fun thing for a Sunday.
Step 3. They take out the competition. Congress,
What?
fought, bullied, or broken.
Hold on, let's
the
rewind.
Courts, neutered.
I need to settle in.
All right, I think it's time we have this discussion. The 10 steps to autocracy. Guess what? We're at step 9. Look, when autocrats take power, they follow the same tired playbook. It's a 10-step plan, and bad news, we're already at step 9. Step 1.
Says who?
They let you have one free and fair election. One. That's it. Because once they win,
who is they?
Don't plan on ever giving up power. Not for you, not for anyone.
Right,
That's their seat now, forever.
Done.
Step 2. They grab more power than they're supposed to have.
Sorry.
Executive orders fly, decisions get made
I'm trying to organize
that no
my
single
work
person
space.
should be making. The presidency becomes a dictatorship wearing a democracy costume. Step 3. They take out the competition.
Hi,
Congress,
Daniel. Is that
fought,
you?
bullied, or broken.
Daniel,
the
are you
courts,
there?
neutered. Judges can rule all they want.
I think you're there.
But if the
Maybe
executive
that's from
ignores
yesterday.
them,
Sorry, I'll
guess
shut
what? The law doesn't matter. Step 4. Kill the media. Demonize journalists. Flood the zone with lies. And build an echo chamber where only truth is their truth ever if it's total fiction. Bonus.
Well, the zone, the media thing, let's rewind a bit.
Judges can rule all they want, but if the executive ignores them, guess what? The law doesn't matter. Step 4. Kill the media. Demonize journalists.
So just in a week, Trump has killed NPR, National Public Radio, and he's killed late night television. Colbert was the top rated show. Like it or not, I didn't really like the show. I was bored with him complaining about Trump nonstop, but that doesn't matter. What matters is he was stopped because the powers that be didn't like him speaking out against them. And just the day before he got canceled, he said that basically CBS was accepting a bribe from Trump to keep the show, get the show off the air to make the deal go through with whatever the skylight or whatever.
Flood the zone with lies and build an echo chamber where only truth is their truth ever if it's total fiction. Bonus.
CBS was accepting a bribe.
If you slap the word truth on the lies.
Sorry about
Step
that.
5. Gut the government. Fire the experts. Sabotage the agencies.
It's all being done.
Actually help people. CDC, FEMA, and all of it. So that when disaster strikes, the only place to turn is the autocrat. They break democracy so people think they don't need it. Step 6. Fill the empty chairs with loyalists. People who will never say no. People who will burn it all down before they question dear leader. Step 7. Blame somebody. always has to be the
Yeah.
enemy. Somebody always has to be the enemy. Immigrants, women, black folks, queer folks, anyone
Hold
who
on.
can be
Excuse
other.
me. I have a. Excuse me, sir. Yeah. Somebody from my chat just texted a message. It looks like Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars. Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about the guy from the TikTok? I guess I'm going to have to Google this person, so we're going to hop over to another thing hole. Tutu. Oh, no, that's his name. Rick Harrison Pawn Stars. I hope it's not me. Though I kind of hope it is. I kind of want to look like a pawn star. I don't. Ooh. Oh, I hope I'm not that ugly. Jesus Christ, is he ugly? You don't mean I look... Oh, he looks like that. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to be that ugly. But thank you, Tutu Merrick. What's this wife of his? Jesus Christ. What a face on her. Jesus Christ. Yikes. Somebody's been chasing parked cars with their wife. God on a wheel. Anyway, thank you for that comment, Tutu.
Will be.
Tutu.
When people are busy hating each other, they're not noticing.
Don't mess with my Tutu. What happened to my
You were an early
screen?
observer of the changes in Russia that created the system.
Sounded like Sylvia.
All right, I think it's time we have this discussion.
Oh, I'm not going to do it again.
For those of you on the right-hand side, you probably saw the airplane kind of sort of coming at us.
Okay, thank you, Tutu. I really do appreciate the engagement, Tutu. I also really I like your name, Tutu Merrick. Is that where are you from, Tutu? Tell me about yourself, because I really enjoy a name like Tutu.
Nobody told us about it.
Oh, and I love airplane stuff. The airplane news makes me absolutely just wet my pants with good fluid, not pee. I love airplane stories. There's these guys, maybe we'll watch them later on YouTube, that do reporting on the Air India crash. And it's so interesting what's going on with that Air India crash because, the report came out and sort of blamed the pilots, but it was also really a vague report. And it's starting to look like a cover-up, okay? So it's getting juicy.
We continued.
Not to make light of it.
Air traffic. There's no radar here, so the tower is controlled. The tower does everything visually. And so they said report about 6 miles from the airport. So
6 miles.
I think he realized that the spacing wasn't going to work, and he said turn right.
Hold on. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is a boring video, right? Near airplane collision, Delta Airlines, and all I see is somebody's crotch. I don't care. I want to see a crash. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't want to see a crash. That sounds awful, but I really don't. But I kind of do. Just otherwise, what's the point of this video? I don't want anybody to die, though. I mean, if it's going to crash, I'm not causing a crash by watching it, am I? Oh, that sounds horrible. I don't like snuff films. It's awful that we're forced to watch snuff films all the time. So TikTok, I'm seeing people on TikTok. I still don't know how to merge the chats. So if you're on TikTok and chatting, I don't know if I'm going to see you because I'm also on YouTube at the same time. Send $15 to... I'm not going to... What the fuck? This guy's sending me, saying I should send $15 to you. I'm the one doing the show, Mr. Valdez. I don't want to send you money. You send me some fucking money. No, I'm not talking about the fucking Epstein files. I'm sorry. This is not the Epstein files channel. I don't fucking care. I'm sorry.
The colonists didn't wake up one day and say, let's start a war with the most powerful empire on earth. That's not how this works. That's not how anything works. Revolution is always a slow boil. And by the early 1770s, the pot was starting to bubble up.
Great.
Like, am I supposed to go to therapy now? Because I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with all of the anger and the hatred that I feel right now.
Okay.
Tom Homan, Trump's so-called border czar, recently admitted that protests are making their abusive immigration raids more difficult and more dangerous.
Right.
This might...
So Donald Trump dies and he goes to hell. And when he gets there, he meets the devil. And the devil says, listen, you're definitely meant to be here, but we don't have any room for you. So in order for us to accept you in, we're going to have to let somebody go. He said, but I'm going to make it fair and I'm going to let you choose who gets to leave. So come with me. So he takes Trump to 3 different doors. And he says, behind one of these doors is somebody you can set free and take their place. He said, but like I said, I'm going to let you make the decision. So Donald Trump opens the first door and he sees Barack Obama.
I can't
and
take
he's
it.
jumping
I'm
off
sorry.
a diving board, landed in a pool.
I can't take it with the video and the crafting. I don't understand it. Hello, Doug. I'm starting to have regulars here on my new stream. Hi, Doug 2009. Nice to see you again here. Nice to see you, Doug. I was going to do something and now I totally forgot. So, what was I going to do? Motherfucker, I forgot.
There are reports of a 75
This guy is so ugly. Tom Homan, the borders are.
Cuban national who died in ICE custody.
Horrible person. I don't want to watch that. What? That's me. How weird. Wait, I'm on my own thing? That's wild. I'm going to give myself a heart. How do I give myself a heart? I'm going to say, Rose, is that a Bitcoin symbol? Hi, Madge, can you see me? Oh, yes, I see you, Shannon, but I'm mostly in the other chat, so it's hard to manage two chats at the same time, but lovely to hear you again. I hope things are well. And are you from Tampa? I can't remember. Or is that Tampa? I forget where you're from. Darn it, I don't know how to... I'm trying to organize my screen so I can see... Oh, this is crazy. What the hell's going on in there? That's like Inception shit. All right, I'm trying to... Sorry, I'm getting confused now. Okay, who is she or they? Wait, I'm so confused.
Most effective ways of teaching it.
No,
I've compiled a little list of every musical that we know is about to open on Broadway. So here's a quick rundown of all of those.
Why not?
First up is Mamma Mia. This revival begins in less than a month. Starts previews on
How
August
do I do the
2nd,
fast
and
up
I'm
thing?
noticing that this is pretty much the
I wish this worked the same on the phone. I wish I could just press on it and it would skip this queen. I mean, I don't want to skip him. I want to fast forward, I mean.
Production. So I'm not expecting...
Go away. Go away.
So...
No.
96% of the...
Listen,
my therapist.
96%. If I go to the trouble to take the pauses out, then so can you, Heather Cox. You don't need an in there.
Is asking questions about martial law.
90. I do want to hear what she has to say. Sorry.
Everybody
yes, I see you, honey.
Asking questions about martial law.
I'm not.
And I want to just say right now, stop it.
Okay. I wasn't. But
Trump is very effectively manipulating the way people think about him and about this moment. This is a moment to be very frightened, for sure. And there are a number of things we have to do. But let me lay out to you what this country looked like just a week ago. All right?
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
Trump's tariffs were already a disaster. They had badly cut into world trade and into American economic growth. Those numbers have continued bad throughout this week, with economists saying that the world economic growth will be cut in half.
Here, I'll just show you my screen. It says, I hope I'm not showing you. It says, read and reply to multiple platforms here. Okay, so this is a YouTube. Oh, this is it. Wait a second. So I'm seeing all the comments here? Is that what that means? Hold on, let me check. Let me go to my YouTube. How do I see the YouTube? This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. I'm kidding. I'm going to be like LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, everybody says, oh, I'm so excited. Everything on LinkedIn is everybody's excited about their brand new business shit. LinkedIn is the most depressing, most horrible, dystopian social media site in existence. It's so sad. Oh, yeah. I do see. I see your... I guess... Okay, Shannon, can you do me a favor from YouTube? And also... No, I don't see the TikTok chats. It's only showing me. Daniel, can you say something again? I want to see if it shows up. I don't think it shows up. But Daniel's on TikTok. Who gives a shit? Sorry, this is getting so meta. I apologize, audience. Yeah, it's not working. I only see TikTok chats, so sorry. I'll try. So I think I can see everything if I make two square boxes next to each other. I mean, what else? I know that's a little redundant, two square box. I could say two square rhombuses because that wouldn't. Okay, let's leave what Heather said. Heather. What is this, Heather? Come on, Heather. Let's get going.
Of them, and of course the biggest loser is the United States of America, who was on track to have economic growth of about 2.8% this year, the same as 2024, which is good. 3 is something that
Excuse me, I love interaction here. I'm going to try to do that more. Carlos Eduardo de Santos, what do you mean? What is your vision on ChatGPT? I would like to understand the question, and I'd be happy to answer it. Send her 2 to 3 years Dagestan and forget. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. Speaking of Dagestan, thank you, charismatic gamer. Even though you didn't really intend to, you have triggered my memories. And I remember, how the fuck does this work? I keep trying to resize my boxes. Okay, I'm going to do it. This is on the other screen. Mother Christ, I can't get it to work. It's so annoying. I need to talk about Apple for a minute. Like, I've been an Apple person forever, right? I have stock in Apple since like 2002. I'm a fan. I've had millions of computers from them. Big fan. But ever since Steve Jobs left, there's just no vision. And it's not because, like, what the fuck is this? Oh, I'm going to get to this. So it's not because they listen to, they're not listening to customers. They never, oh, fucking Christ, stop it. Apple was never really into listening to customers, right? But with Steve Jobs, they didn't need to, because Steve Jobs knew what the customers wanted without the customers knowing what they wanted. At least that was how the cliche went. But this new management, they don't know what the customers want, and they need to ask what the customers want, because they don't know, and they're not doing it. And there's so many things, like, basically I just want them to hire me, because I could really help them with vision. I understand what customers want, and you don't. And, like, you know, for example, old people can't type on this fucking keyboard. We cannot type on this fucking keyboard. It's just like, it never works. There's fucking typos nonstop. It's almost like the people at Apple don't fucking care anyway, I don't care. I want to show you this post I made earlier about Tucker Carlson. This is from my TikTok too. Oh, wait, that's myself. Okay. So I'll just play this quickly and then we'll review it. So the question I asked ChatGPT is, Madge Jobs. Thank you, Doug. Yes, Madge Jobs. Resize your box. What did you just call me? Resize my box? I can't. It's too hard, honestly. I mean, it's really too hard. That's the best my box is going to get for you, Handy. Because then when I go back to regular TikTok, I'm going to have to resize my box again. You're just going to have to realize that, yeah. Okay. Let's see. What evidence is there that points to Tucker Carlson working for Russia? Let's see. Next frame. So I asked O3, which is their deep research model. Wait, there's no music. Where's the music? Oh, on Instagram, I had a better song. Okay, anyway, this is too hard to read with all this. You know, TikTok litters the screen like a Polish Christmas tree. You know what I mean? It's over the top with, like, why does it have to have all this crap everywhere? I just want to read the post. Okay, number 1, Kremlin guidance to push Carlson's clips. Leaked Russian talking point memos from 2022 told state-owned outlets it was essential to use as much as possible fragments of broadcasts of the popular Fox News host Tucker Carlson because he sharply criticized the U.S. and NATO over Ukraine. Okay, and that's from The Guardian. OS analysts who reviewed the same packet noted that it became part of Moscow's standard propaganda playbook. Why it matters. This is the closest evidence of a formal relationship that Kremlin strategists clearly saw that Carlson is an asset worth amplifying. Okay, so basically the point here, Mother of Christ, where's my fucking post? I can't deal with this. All this clicking. See, this is why Apple needs to fix my computer. All right, no, that's not it. Okay, wait. So that was point card number 1. It's so hard for me. So that number 2. Routine rebroadcast on Russian state TV. Since late 2023, the state news channel Rossiya 24 and the Kremlin streaming platform Smotrim have been airing dubbed segments of Carlson's post-Fox show. Trailers even branded the program Tucker Russia 24, though Carlson's stream says that the use is unauthorized and unpaid. Why it matters, because Russian audiences regularly see Carlson framed as a domestic commentator who validates Kremlin narratives, even if he insists there is... God damn it, I lost the fucking frame again. I hate this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go to my goddamn ChatGPT shit. Oh, did I lose the shit? Oh, I almost pressed quit. I almost closed the whole goddamn fucking... Did I quit my goddamn Safari and I lost the goddamn fucking chat too? Jesus Christ. I'm at the edge. I'm really losing my mind. Now I have to load all my shit again. I'm really sorry, audience. I just got pissed off and I don't remember why. Because see, that's what I'm talking about. The user interface of everything fucking sucks because everything is fucking vibe coded in the whole goddamn world, and I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of all the vibe coding. TikTok, blah. I can't go to my... Who is this lesbian? Let's see. Okay, so anyway, no. This is terrible. Let me put the lesbian there and just freeze her for a minute so I can show you. I'm just trying not to show you personal shit here. That's the problem. Or work shit, even worse. It's okay. I'm just going to read this. Okay. Can I just... I'm going to hide the sidebar. We should be safe. Yeah. Okay. I'm really sorry, audience, but I'm going to try and yeah, I'm going to read this. I know you probably can't see it on the screen. Okay. Where's the chat? Where does the chat go? Are you going to shit? I kept moving by myself, read from multiple platforms. And now I lost my TikTok stream. I lost all this shit. And now I'm going to lose my audience because it's too hard to fucking work all these fucking boxes at the same fucking time. Do you guys think I should play a video game instead of trying to stream all this TikTok shit? I'm losing my fucking mind. All right. Okay. So I asked, what evidence is there that points to Tucker Carlson working for Russia? Let's just let the goddamn robot read the shit because I've had it. Hello. Robot?
Richard, here's what's actually on the record.
Learn my name.
You'll notice that most of it is circumstantial, strong enough for pundits to say Kremlin friendly, but not the kind of paper trail you'd need to prove he's on the payroll.
We don't have proof.
1. Kremlin guidance to push Carlson's clips. Leaked Russian talking points memos, 3 and 10 March 2022, told state-owned
sexy fucking voice, right? Don't you want to just open your butthole for that big one?
Outlets, it was essential to use as much as possible fragments of broadcasts of the popular Fox News host, Tucker Carlson, because he sharply criticized the U.S. and NATO over Ukraine. Cite Heat, OSINT analysts who reviewed the same packet note it became part of Moscow's standard propaganda playbook. Why it matters.
You're talking too slowly.
This is the closest thing to evidence of a formal relationship. Kremlin strategists clearly saw Carlson as an asset worth amplifying. 2. Routine rebroadcast on Russian state TV. Since late 2023, the state news channel Rossiya 24.
It's just too much. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit there and make you listen to this shit because if it's boring me, it's definitely going to bore you, audience. But the point is, there's a lot of circumstantial evidence that would indicate that it's not circumstantial evidence that he has a relationship. The evidence is really clear that here, look, this thing at the bottom. Bottom line, all the hard evidence points to the Kremlin treating Tucker Carlson as a very convenient megaphone, not a documented employee. The evidence is therefore, here's the evidence. Kremlin memos directing media to use him, Tucker Carlson. Is there concrete proof of that? Yes. How strong? Moderate. Russian state rebroadcasts his shows. Is there concrete proof of that? Yes. How strong? Moderate. Exclusive Putin access and glowing coverage? Yes. Tucker Carlson has exclusive coverage of Putin and has glowing coverage of Putin. Is there concrete proof of this? Yes. How strong? Moderate. I don't know what they mean by how strong. Is there a money trail or formal contract? Absolutely none publicly available. How strong is that? Weak. In other words, plenty to argue he functions as a Kremlin media asset, but no proof that he's literally on Russia's payroll or acting under formal direction. And what made me think of this, audience, is that he did an interview with Jeffrey Sachs, who's this economist who's one of those people that always is in the being accused of, being pro-Russia, basically. Anyway, I want to talk to the robot about it. Hey, Bissy, this is Madge. I'm doing my podcast. I'm Madge. Who are you again?
Hey, Madge, it's Bissy here, your trusty co-host. I'm always here to add a little flair and fun to the conversation. So what are we diving into today?
I'm interested in talking about Tucker Carlson as a Russian asset. I understand there is no concrete proof. There's no paper trail that he's a Russian asset. But he certainly does appear to flatter Russia and Putin, and he seems to be in line with all of Putin's talking points. Could you give me some examples of how Tucker Carlson is in line with Vladimir Putin's talking points?
Absolutely, Mag. So Tucker Carlson has definitely echoed some of the Kremlin's narratives over time. For example, he's often criticized U.S. support for Ukraine, calling it unnecessary or dangerous, which aligns with Putin's stance that NATO and the West are the aggressors. He's also questioned the legitimacy of the Ukrainian government and downplayed Russian interference in U.S. elections, all of which kind of line up pretty neatly with the Kremlin's perspective. It's definitely an interesting topic to explore.
More, please. I need more. You didn't really answer my question well.
Got it. Let's dig a bit deeper. For instance, Tucker Carlson has often suggested that the U.S. and NATO provoked Russia into the conflict with Ukraine, which mirrors the Kremlin's narrative that they were defending themselves rather than acting as aggressors. He also tends to highlight.
Okay, stop for a second. Can you please tell me tell me some guests that Tucker Carlson has had in his post-Fox show who are also similarly, have a history of a favorable view of Russia and echoing of Vladimir Putin's talking points. What other guests has Tucker have that share those sort of views? Yes, Haney.
Madge, Tucker Carlson's post-Fox show has featured guests like Glenn Greenwald, who's known for his criticisms of U.S. foreign policy and has expressed skepticism about some of the narratives around Russia. Elbridge Colby, a former defense official, has also been on, and he tends to advocate for a more restrained U.S. foreign policy, which sometimes overlaps with less aggressive stances toward Russia.
Okay, I'm bored now. So let's go back to my TikTok. Who is this lesbian? Yeah.
We're in. I'm sorry, but you're not. And you want to know why? It's because...
Okay, next.
As long as you can have your chance.
Oh, Miss Saigon. I think she was playing, what's-her-face in Cabaret, the Liza role. Isn't she?
I swear I'd give my life for you.
I'm here standing outside of Alligator Alcatraz. I drove about a little over an hour to get here from Miami. The reason why I'm here is I am a Miami native. I am a wildlife and travel photographer and an environmental advocate. And knowing what is happening at Alligator Alcatraz, as someone who is very passionate about the environment and human rights, I am absolutely appalled. Just thinking about the fact
every
that
human
our
should
president
be.
And our Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, thought it was a great idea to call this place Alligator Alcatraz as the official name and even put signs up is truly chilling. What we know so far, this detention center is going to cost an estimated $450 million per year. It has a capacity of around
$500 million
to maybe even 4,000 detainees. If you do the math, taking that 3,000 number, that is a cost.
It's terrible, but I need a better report. Sorry.
The treasuries have gone nowhere.
What?
And for the people who...
Next.
Too late for that, girl. Pull up your passport.
President Trump's efforts to...
Wait, what was that?
Too late for that, girl. Pull up your passport.
No, but then what am I supposed to do?
That's none of my business. I don't know. You shouldn't have been stealing stuff.
Okay. President Trump's efforts to remove negative depictions of U.S. history have hit historic sites across the country.
Okay. Did you know that there's a really interesting reason why so many people...
Oh, Katy Perry, I want to see this. She crashed. Y'all been to space? Y'all been to space? Hey, BP Slick. What do you mean send them to her house? Liberals let in 15 million criminals. They're not criminals. These are civil infringements. They're not crimes. It's a civil thing. Civil. It's like a parking ticket. It's that category. So they're not technically criminals. But regardless, if you think they should go back to their country of origin, then you have to do it legally. You can't just take away their rights as human beings and treat them like swamp food. Okay? You just can't. It's wrong. And if you have that belief, then you're obviously denying your own humanity and other people's humanity, which is really sad, because you have to consider that these are human beings. And you have to feel what it's like to be a human being and, be forced to a place where you have to drink out of the toilet, share a cell with 33 people, get eaten alive by mosquitoes, and then you don't even know where you're going to get sent. You might get sent to Sudan. I mean, this is just not how we treat human beings. If you want to remove people from the country, you have to do it legally. What's being done is a humanitarian disaster, and it's shameful. And if you approve of that, then you're going to face a reckoning when you're on your deathbed, and that's when people realize what a shit they've been. So BP Slick, you might want to start fixing your soul now, because if you wait till you're on your deathbed, you're going to be like fucked, and eternal damnation sucks. Sorry. Just trying to help.
It's my birthday. This is my birthday wish. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Donald Trump will die. Donald Trump will die. Donald Trump will die. Donald Trump will die. It's my birthday. This is my birthday wish. Okay.
So I made a MAGA nut cry at a party, like full on baby cry, full grown.
What's his name? BP
ran
Slick?
into the bedroom, made a scene.
Well, the soul is real. If God isn't real, then you're not real, because the soul is real. I'm sorry, but who are you then? Who are you? You know, if you want to take that chance, go ahead, but you're going to take down a lot of people with you. So you think you get to be a shithead and that's it? You think you can just treat people like shit and there's no balance in the world? I mean, you're free to think that. But, you know, my personal experience is I've had experiences that have shown me what happens, you know? I've seen eternity. And a normal person doesn't see eternity, because in the normal turn of events, you just don't. Our brains wire us to survive and reproduce. They don't wire us to see, you know, existence. But I've had the fortune of being able to see that. And I'm just telling you, you don't want to wait till it's too late. You don't, regardless, even if you don't believe in God, you can't be a fucking shit to people. How can you do this to people? Because if you're saying that it's fine to, it's fine to treat people like animals, you know? It's fine to treat people like animals, then you're saying you're better than them, right? You're better than them? You're saying all humans aren't equal and deserving of respect and deserving of basic human rights. You know, you think a 15-year-old child that's been put in there deserves to be there? Why? And what about the child of these? Let's say there's a mother and a father who were sent to this alligator Alcatraz because they crossed the border, right? So their child deserves to be punished for that? I mean, why can't you just obey the laws of the country? If you're saying it's illegal, that what they did, then why is it okay to do something illegal to get them out of the country? If they entered the country illegally, then why is it okay to illegally remove them? You're just as shitty. It doesn't even make any fucking sense. So fuck off. Go away from my channel.
So how did this start off? So before the party, I always asked my friend, she's a Democrat like me.
No, you're not better than criminals. You are a criminal.
There? She knows.
If you think it's okay to commit a crime to remove what you call criminals, then you're also a criminal, and that doesn't make you any better. Sorry, you're garbage.
Me, she knows that my activism, as small as it may be, comes first. And so I will not be disrespectful, but if somebody presents an opportunity or says something that's misinformed, I will step up and correct them in a respectful way. And if that's going to be a problem, she doesn't have to invite me.
Time is everything when it comes to running.
In more bad news, this came out yesterday, calling for a denaturalization of people who look like myself or Mamdani based off of political.
I wish they would make this louder so I could hear it.
Associations. Now, without teeth, this is kind of an empty threat.
There's two economies in the United States right now. There's all the small towns and cities and states. They're getting torched. Everything that they...
Hey! My name's Trevor. I'm with the Bail Bond Company.
Here's the most chilling thing I've seen.
Whatever.
Oh no. Oh no.
Whatever.
I don't want to hear the sob stories anymore. I know that this senator is making this video. His name's Senator Carlos Guillermo Smith. He says, we are here trying to exercise our...
The president has wrecked American alliances all over the world. And by the fact that the president has...
There's a question from the Penis Gallery. Do you think Donald Trump has ever tried meth or crack? I don't have any fucking idea. I doubt it. I doubt it. Why? I don't get why you asked that.
Appointed a collection of crackpots and fools
to
run the instruments of American national security at the Pentagon.
I mean, you have to admit Tulsi Gabbard is a moron. I mean, she's another Russia shill. You know, it's really scary, the stuff she's trying to put. She'll defend Russia no matter what.
I accidentally closed 115
I accidentally closed 115 Safari web browser windows on my cell phone once, and although I can't tell you what 10 of those windows were,
What?
I feel like I lost a little piece of myself that day. I accidentally.
Okay.
See, I've been thinking a lot about, the world being on fire and Donald Trump being a lunatic and the Supreme Court selling us out and American democracy teetering on the edge of...
Okay, good for you.
Hi, welcome to Stone Point Community Church. Is this your first time here?
Yes, it is. Hello.
Hold on one second. Let me get a picture of you.
Wait, what? What was it? Okay.
Come on and follow these gentlemen.
All right.
The fuck is this?
Hello. Oh.
You doing first time?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, okay. Wait.
I just want to...
Where are we going?
Let's do a quick little background check.
Oh, okay.
Creepy.
So the other day, my comms team was giving me some feedback.
Is anyone else freaking out over this? There are now full AI commercials happening. No actors, no location.
Don't care.
You don't? No. Never have?
I have. So ugly.
What happened? What, a couple years ago you stopped? What, you
getting fucked up the
Why'd
ass?
you stop?
I just wanted to
talk.
You just take me inside your,
I know what we
sort
can
of theory
watch.
of where we
Jubilee.
are now and where we're heading.
This is fun. The new Jubilee came out with Mehdi Hassan talking to these right-wing assholes.
Yeah, you don't look very Native American to me.
That's not it. Hold on. I mean, that is it, but that's not the full thing. Okay, let's... Yeah.
Donald Trump is pro-crime and pro-criminal.
I would just like to ask, what makes someone pro-crime versus, anti-crime?
I think when you're soft on criminals, when you let criminals out of prison, when you pardon people who've assaulted police officers, you're pro-criminal. Donald Trump pardoned almost 1,600 people who were involved in January the 6th. I think 600 of them had been charged with assaulting a police officer or obstructing a police officer.
Rick. Thank you.
170 had pled guilty to assaulting a police officer. 70 had pled guilty to assault with a deadly weapon. J.D. Vance said, we're not going to pardon the violent criminals from January 6th. Donald Trump pardoned all of them. Are you okay with that?
I would say January 6th is a very special case. I would say it's almost a climax point in history. I would just phrase the question this way. Right now in the LA protests, if they were to, just for example, they were to rush the capital of LA, I mean, they'd have to move over all the homeless people
capital of
on
LA.
the steps of the Capitol.
Okay.
But if they were managed to get into the Capitol and they were just protesting, peacefully, let's say police officers were rushing them in. They were letting them in and saying, hey, you guys can go in, like we have many testimonies that say.
What about the violent ones, though?
Okay, violent ones like
Like a man named David Dempsey, a judge, a Reagan-appointed judge, sentenced him to 20 years in prison. He stomped on police officers' heads. The judge said his conduct was exceptionally egregious. He attacked police officers with flagpoles and pepper spray. Donald Trump pardoned him. There's a man named Daniel Rodriguez. He got 12 years in prison for taking a stun gun and tasing a police officer in the neck and giving him a heart attack. The judge said he was a one-man army of hate. Donald Trump pardoned him. Does that not make Trump pro-criminal? Donald Trump is pro-crime.
Wait, why did it not finish? Sorry.
And pro-criminal.
I'm sorry. I think I fucked up. So I love how that kid is wearing like a red, white, and blue tie. Like somehow that makes him pro-America. Like the fact that they don't understand what America's ideals are is interesting. You know, what democracy is and, you know, being able to kill indigenous people and have slaves. Oh, oops. Wait, never mind. Now I'm getting confused.
I'd just like to ask,
Okay,
what
I'm
makes
gonna
someone
replay it.
pro-crime
Sorry.
versus, anti-crime?
I think when you're soft on criminals, when you let criminals out of prison, when you pardon people who've assaulted police officers, you're pro-criminal. Donald Trump pardoned almost 1,600 people who were involved in January the 6th. I think 600 of them had been charged with assaulting a police officer or obstructing a police officer. 170 had pled guilty to assaulting a police officer. 70 had pled guilty to assault with a deadly weapon. J.D. Vance said, we're not going to pardon the violent criminals from January 6th. Donald Trump pardoned all of
Ugly
them.
time.
Are you okay with that?
I would say January 6th is a very special case. I would say
That's a special
it's
case.
It's almost a climax point in history.
'Cause you
I would
came?
just phrase the question this way. Right now in the LA protests, if they were to, just for example, they were to rush the capital of LA, I mean, they'd have to move over all the homeless people living in tents on the steps of the Capitol. But if they were managed to get into the Capitol and they were just protesting, peacefully, let's say police officers were rushing them in. They were letting them in and saying, hey, you guys can go in, like we have many testimonies that say.
Right.
What about the violent ones, though?
Okay, violent ones like
Like a man named David Dempsey, a
turned my
judge, a
gimbal
Reagan-appointed judge, sentenced him to 20 years in prison. He stomped on police officers' heads. The judge said his conduct was exceptionally egregious. He attacked police officers with flagpoles and pepper spray. Donald Trump pardoned him. There's a man named Daniel Rodriguez. He got 12 years in prison for taking a stun gun and tasing a police officer in the neck and giving him a heart attack. The judge said he was a one-man army of hate. Donald Trump pardoned him. Does that not make Trump pro-criminal? Donald Trump is pro-crime and pro-criminal.
Sorry, I don't know why that ends so quickly, but I mean, he makes a great point. What can you say about that? He is pro-criminal. Like, I don't understand why Democrats are so bad at pointing that out. And there's no reason to say, and especially what I never hear them mention is the fact that Democrats are basically anti-gun, but somehow we're afraid to say we're anti-gun because most people want the Second Amendment. They like that, right? But most Americans don't want machine guns. I mean, it's not common sense. So most crime is committed with guns in this country, and Republicans want the guns. Democrats don't. So, yeah, Republicans are definitely pro-crime. We need to get that message out there more.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking about? Whites are Native Americans.
Really?
I think
what was happening before the 1500s?
I think you're getting confused with it.
I don't mind going on a tangent, but what was happening before the 1500s?
Calm down. I think you're getting...
What was happening before the 1500s?
There was indigenous people here that came here from Asia.
Do you know what indigenous means?
Listen, before
indigenous people can't come from somewhere else.
Why do you ask a question if you're going to interrupt?
I'm not sure if you know.
You know what's interesting? This one doesn't go to... This one isn't very good. Okay, I don't think... I already saw it. But what it makes me think of is, if you look at the people that are being deported, they're mostly indigenous, They are indigenous to the Americas. You can tell they're indigenous. They are Native Americans, because America is not just North America, despite the fact that most Americans call the United States America. America is North and South America. It's a continent, and 2 continents. And so the people that we're kicking out of this country are the people we already kicked out of this country hundreds of years ago and killed and genocided. And here we are doing it again. I mean, it's just shocking.
What the meaning of indigenous means?
I do know what it means. It means
like
they came here first, right? They came here from Asia by way of land bridge. Have an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson or anybody else about that. I don't care.
Is he in America?
I don't like this.
Let me ask you a question. If you got rid of all immigrants coming in tomorrow, moratorium, you think that Republicans and employers of big firms would suddenly raise all the wages?
You notice
That's
how you didn't answer what I said.
That's what you believe.
It was a complete. Your ankles
That's what
all
you
right?
believe.
You pivoted the hell away from the conversation.
Is that what you? I'm on
your
the subject.
ankles okay?
Do you believe that wages? I'm just wondering how naive you are. You believe that the 1% will raise wages in the federal wage if we stop immigration?
They will be forced to. When you increase labor's relationship to capital, okay, and you give labor more bargaining power because you're tightening the supply of labor.
This is a very simplistic understanding of economics because you're
okay, explain I'm wrong.
I'm telling you how you're wrong. Because you're ignoring the fact that when immigrants come into an area, they spend money. They create jobs through their presence.
About 1/5 of their monthly income leaves the country.
That's a good thing also because you don't like US aid, foreign aid. So this is the point. They create jobs. I came into this country. So far, every one of my assumptions about you has been correct. But listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
Why?
Because you come here and say all this bullshit about how Americans are lazy.
I mean, like, what else can you say? These are just awful. These are just awful. No, I don't read trolls. This guy doesn't even read shit. He's not looking for a conversation. You're a trashy person. I don't know what to say. You think, what? What are you saying here? Let's go back. Okay, you want a conversation? Let's see. Who are you? Looking for validation. Calden, Kerry. We must get rid of border security. What? Illegal guns? They don't know how to follow the point? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Are you trying to be sarcastic? Getting rid of border security? What are you talking about? You're not having a serious conversation. You're probably a robot, so I don't know what to say to you. Most of Twitter or most of YouTube comments are robots that exist to pretend people actually agree with Donald Trump, and you're obviously part of that. So I don't know what the fuck that is. Or you're a robot that's malfunctioning because you're not making any fucking sense. You just want attention, right? So you got it. Now goodbye. All right, let's see. But this guy's disgusting, right? Saying get the fuck out. This country is all immigrants. It's indigenous people who we kick out, like the people we're kicking out for the second time, the indigenous people from South America. Or were immigrants who came from other countries. So how can you be anti-immigrant when that's what you are? It makes no fucking sense. It's just fucking brain damaged, angry people, and I think most people in America are so angry because they have no safety net. They have no foundation here. You know that if you lose your job, you could be as homeless as the guy pissing his pants across the street. That could be you. And I think people want to blame immigrants for that. And immigrants have nothing. Why do you blame the people with nothing, yet you masturbate to the Kardashians? You worship wealth. You watch shows about wealthy people. You idolize people like Donald Trump and Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. You idolize these people who are improperly taxed. All that money they have belongs to you because they're not taxed properly, because our system is corrupt and refuses to tax people. And the taxing is even getting worse. There's another post I reposted, I can find it, where they showed the tax schedules from the past 100 years or so. And we used to tax people properly. Wait, let me go to here.
Just take me inside.
This is a good point. Repost. Yeah, so this is the tax.
We did.
How do I pause this fucking shit? Historic highest marginal tax rate. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'll say, so 1936, the highest marginal tax rate was 79%. 1948, 82%. 1980, 70%. And then look, 81, it went down to 69. 1982, Reagan went it down to 50%. 50% until 1987, 38%. Then down 1988 to 28%. Talking about the top marginal tax rate, right? The top marginal tax rate.
You know how Republicans kept saying that their health care...
Hold on.
You've been lied to. We did tax.
Okay, see? So now it's 39.6%. I believe we just brought it down with these latest Trump one big beautiful bill things to maybe 35%. I'm not sure. But the point is, you're mad at the wrong people, idiot. 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 You're sucking Trump cock because you're stupid. Trump is taking money that belongs to you, giving it to himself and these other rich people, and he's making you blame these poor indigenous people who are just trying to take care of their kids. And you're a moron because you're falling for it. Or you're a robot.
You know how Republicans kept saying that their health care cuts wouldn't hurt anybody right away? Well, they lied. It turns out hospitals are already closing, people are already losing their health insurance, and it's only been 2 weeks since Trump signed.
See, this is what's happening today. This is that one big beautiful bill that Trump just passed, pretending to be so proud of. And look what it's doing. Look what it's doing to you. And it's going to fuck all of you morons who voted and are defending Trump. And you, well, not you bots, because I don't think bots need health care. And then you're going to get mad because you feel like, oh, no more health care for me, but you're going to blame more immigrants. So I guess they're going to have to keep letting immigrants in so you have somebody to blame. Who are you going to blame next? The Jews?
The bill to start
fucking idiots. Use your fucking brain.
With some Planned Parenthood clinics are already turning away Medicaid patients. In one region, they said they can't see these patients at all, even if they pay out of pocket. UCare in Minnesota just dropped 88,000 patients from Medicaid coverage. Curtis Medical Center in Nebraska closed. Lady of the Angels Hospital in Louisiana about to close. Garnet Health in New York laid off 42 people.
This is what's happening. This is what Trump is doing. And you want to blame immigrants for this? Immigrants didn't do this. Trump did this, and all the other rich people. And you know why they did it? They did it so that they can give the Kardashians, Bezos, Musk more money so you can fap about them as you watch them on their giant boats. You know why? Because you're a fucking moron.
People and cut diabetes and lung rehab services. Providence Healthcare, one of the biggest hospital chains in America, just cut 600 jobs across 7 states specifically because of these federal cuts.
Oh my God, nobody in the chat is, all these robots are just, you need to get upgraded. Maybe try a different LLM robots, because these things are, you're not saying anything. I care about legal immigration, not illegal. Use your brain. BBB is bad for sure. 37 trillion in debt and 5 to go. Well, I agree with that. Make Trump grow hair again. Okay, yeah, why not? But I'm worried about his veins, though. You sound like a liberal female. Okay, well, I am. Are you saying that Kamala was going to do it better after seeing Biden's disaster? Yes, I am. Your entire life is cognitive dissonance. I don't know who you're referring to. Make Trump grow hair again. You said that again. I repeated you, so now you should be happy. See, there's nothing really useful here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wish. Can somebody please say something helpful, please? Because I'm getting annoyed.
UC San Diego Health laid off 230 workers. Community health centers are looking at closing 8
Can somebody please just like say something in the chat that acknowledges the fact that you're a human being? I mean, it's fine if you want to disagree with me, but I feel like everybody's a robot, so come on.
1,800 locations and cutting 34,000 jobs. These are the clinics.
So you think by calling me names, you're actually accomplishing anything? No. An emasculated cuck? No, darling. Oh, no, you went away. But, oh, no, there you are. An emasculated cuck is somebody who follows Trump and gets their masculinity from that bald orange pedophilic disaster. That's a cuck. I think for myself. No, I'm not a cuck, darling. You are. You know why? Because you eat Trump's ass while he rapes you. Ridiculous. You think calling names is going to accomplish anything? It may make you feel better because you're an idiot. But the truth is, it's obvious to everybody in the planet, except for a few moronic cult-engaged morons called MAGA, that you're the cuck.
That serve the poorest communities. Think you're safe because you have private insurance? Think again. Blue Cross Blue Shield in Illinois wants to raise premiums by 27% next year. Texas Blue Cross wants 21%. Washington, Georgia, Rhode Island, all over 20%. And here's the kicker. The subsidies that help people afford Obamacare plans, those expire at the end of this year thanks to Republicans. So you're getting hit with massive premium increases and losing the help that made them affordable. So let's get this straight. Hospitals are closing, Medicaid is getting gutted, and your private insurance premiums are about to skyrocket. This isn't just poor people getting hurt, this is everyone, and it's starting now. 5 states are already calling emergency legislative sessions to figure out what to cut next. Your state could be one of the 5. This isn't some future problem. People are losing healthcare today, and our bills are exploding next year. Share this so people know.
So are there Trump people in the chat? I'm just curious, actual humans, not robots, but I'm curious, how does this make you feel when you see this? Do you think she's lying that the hospitals are closing, or how do you react to the fact that this bill that Trump and his, the Congress basically, and Trump all put this into law that's already closing hospitals? What do you think of that? Doesn't that make you second guess yourself when you were supporting this? I'm just curious.
What's really happening? The midterms are in 2026, and we need to remember who did this to us. You know how Republicans...
Only days after Stephen Colbert criticized CBS for their $16 million settlement to Donald Trump, the parent company, Paramount Global, canceled his show.
Yep.
Donald Trump is pro-crime.
We just saw that.
We have one of the craziest stories you'll hear all day.
Is it just me?
We have some big news right now. The murder.
I think those are my
Just
my For You page.
Take me inside your sort of theory of where we are now and where we're heading.
Well, thank you, Nicole. It's a great honor to be with you and the esteemed panel. And for those who are meeting me, I want to apologize for my work.
See, this is a really stupid person. Lol, the bill doesn't take effect until next month. Yes, but hospitals are closing in anticipation because companies actually do this thing called they predict income. They predict money coming in, and they know that money is not going to come in, so they have to close hospitals. It's reality. But thank you for telling me how your cognitive dissonance makes you, deny reality.
Work on the 2016 and 2020 Trump campaigns. I don't think that there has ever been a time more so than right now in which more MAGA Americans are questioning their support for Donald Trump. And I think that there is a burgeoning cognitive dissonance pervasive across.
This person says which hospitals and spells which wrong. I just played the fucking video that named the hospital systems, you stupid bitch.
MAGA. And begotten from that dissonance are confusion and doubts. And so for any of those who are in MAGA who are going to see this, and you're wondering if this is in fact the movement that you thought you were supporting, I want you to know that I am with you because...
Boring.
I was just going to say.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
What do you think
If you're thinking about starting a business...
What does it take to make a former president...
I'm not a panicky, alarmist type person, and I don't do conspiracy theories. But history tells us this country is on the verge of collapse. I will quickly give you the 6 things that lead to the collapse of an empire. in this case, the United States. Ray Dalio studied the rise and fall of empires going back 500 years, and every time the collapse was followed by the same 6 phases. Phase 1 was a new order rising, strong leadership, solid education, innovation, unity. Yeah, we had that. Post-World War II, when we actually built stuff and invested in people. Phase 2 was peace and prosperity, productivity.
Thank you, Boston SR71. Trump's policies are based on who said nice things to him last, so delicate and easily manipulated. That's very true.
Booms, the economy grows, people trust in institutions. Well, we had that. The middle class was strong.
Look at somebody. This is how you're denying it. Thank you for showing me how your denial system works. This is just ridiculous. Hospitals, I'm quoting somebody. Hospitals are making much less because of immigrants. You're clueless, buddy. I don't know if you're being serious or pointing out the ridiculousness, but no, it's not because of immigrants. They don't get health care. The problem is they're cutting benefits for you, and you're too stupid to see it. And the reason the hospitals are closing is because they know that the income is going to stop coming in, so they have to anticipate that. You know, it's weird how you just make shit up to validate the fact that you... I mean, why can't you just say, hey, I'm an idiot, I'm wrong? I mean, it would really be helpful if you did, because then the country could move on. But because you can't admit that you're wrong and for following Trump as a cult, and you've got to take down the whole country with us. It would just be a lot nicer if you just admit it and we could move on and fix the shit now. Instead, we're going to have to wait until we all crash.
Had power, and the government wasn't a fucking punchline. Phase 3 is massive debt and wealth gaps. The rich get richer, and the poor get tax advice like stop buying coffee. Well, we're there, because the top 1% own more wealth than the entire middle class combined. Phase 4, internal conflict and political polarization. Trust erodes, people stop believing in the system. Well, we have one party destroying the country and the others watching. Nobody's solving shit. Phase 5 is the loss of reserve currency status and global power.
Sounds fun.
Explain it to me.
Yo, Pacers, I'm so sorry.
Before we start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out.
Sad, very sad.
How did we...
It is not at all clear that the judiciary will end up standing up for the Constitution rather than the president. What is happening in the States is that the presidency has fallen into the hands of somebody who has the 3 critical identifying characteristics of the totalitarian
My
state.
God, this chat is a sewer. What are you talking about? Cutting genitals off? Who's cutting genitals off? Or if you're talking about circumcision, I agree with you.
Cult of personality
Who's cutting? But that's not the whole genital, is it?
Himself, the total identification of the state with him.
Why do people have to be heard? I mean, even though this is something so fucking stupid.
Himself, and a refusal to accept the legitimacy of dissent of any kind. Those are the essential ingredients of totalitarianism.
When you're British.
Yes, let me give you a little bit more
I
detail
love her.
about the National Guard.
Knitting Cult Lady is great, but we're not going to watch her now. Oh my God, what is this?
Everyone, please have out your IDs
Here's your country.
and/or passports, or anything you're using to identify yourselves. If you have a green card or any immigration papers, have those out. As we approach your row, we do not want to wait for you to find your IDs.
What the fuck is this? For real?
You have a passport. All right, guys, enough talking. The faster we do this, the faster the flight takes off. Once again, have your IDs out and ready.
What the fuck is this?
Hey, you guys better get used to this. This is going to be a regular situation, guys. We're going to have to check every flight according to what I found my right to be.
Weird.
Now, how much do I owe for this?
Before the election.
Yeah, exactly. Spot on. So 90+% of all...
I don't know who needs to hear this, but Anne Frank did not die in a gas chamber. I think a lot of y'all don't know that. Anne Frank
true.
did not die in a gas chamber. She did die in a concentration camp.
She died of typhoid.
Disease. She died of disease in a concentration camp.
True.
And the reason that matters is because that is how millions of people died during the events of the 1940s. And in spite of that, there are so many people saying today that what the United States is doing with alligator...
Well, John Davenport is here. Don't forget that the progressives fought extremely hard for third graders to have access to filthy gay books. Okay, well, I'm a progressive. I don't remember doing that. But okay.
Alcatraz does not count as a concentration camp just because they don't have gas.
I don't remember going to the filthy gay book protest, but, you know, maybe I was in Europe that month.
chambers that we know of. You know what else they don't have? Adequate sanitation, adequate resources for the number
But
of
this girl makes a fantastic point. It's true that, Anne Frank did not, she wasn't in the gas chamber. She went to Auschwitz and then she was transferred to Bergen-Belsen. And that was that was a concentration camp. People think it's all the same, but they had concentration camps where it was just basically like Alligator Alcatraz and Sikot in El Salvador, where it was just, people packed really tightly, concentrated. And then they had death camps where they were exterminated. Anne Frank died of typhoid in, extremely unsanitary conditions, not unlike Alligator Alcatraz. So what I say is, if you want to remove people who cross the border illegally, do that. Do it legally. I'm not saying I'm for that. I think immigrants are really good, but I think you do have to have a legal process. But if you don't agree with me and you think there shouldn't be any more immigrants, we should close the borders, then you can elect those people that do that, and you can do it legally. But what they're doing now is a human rights abuse, and it's not legal. And these people eventually are going to probably face criminal charges for it. People like DeSantis who are building these camps. I mean, there will be a reckoning for this.
people being crammed in there, people who...
And those of you who start this, who support this, are going to have a reckoning too. You're going to have to explain to your kids, why were you for this? Why did you support this? Why didn't people stop this? They're going to ask you, and you don't have an answer.
Who are going to...
Because you were part of it.
Die of disease in a concentration camp, just like Anne Frank, because of their ethnicity, just like Anne Frank. This is something that we need to be loud about. This is something that you need to be reminding your conservative...
I love TikTok. You know what? Because this person gives me hope for the world. This is somebody, she speaks to the camera. She's speaking honestly about something important. It's not a booty dance. It's not a TikTok trend. And when they were trying to cancel TikTok, they talk about cat videos and saying, oh, it's just kids. These are kids really trying to make a difference. That's what TikTok is. That's what I see on TikTok. I don't see cat videos. I don't see meaningless shit, although I do like to when they talk about Broadway musicals. But this makes me proud of what kids are doing right now. I'm glad.
Relatives of your conservative relatives who have heard of Anne Frank but have no idea how she died and no idea how that...
See, the third thing is somebody said, and probably a robot, no due process when they broke into our country, but you want them to have due process on the way out. We have a country of laws. You can't punish somebody for breaking a law by breaking a law. It just doesn't make sense.
Information is applicable to the situation that they willingly put us in. I need you all to understand that it
Next. What the fuck, Timu? I thought we canceled Timu with the tariffs, but I guess not. That's pretty. I love airplane videos. I would have loved to be an airline pilot, but it just wasn't in the cards for me. So cool.
Collectors to back off immediately.
What is this?
I just caught
Wait.
This one sentence gets debt collectors to back off immediately.
What?
Hey, I'm the credit hacker. I come to you guys incognito so that I can keep my job.
What?
Still give you the tips, tricks, and knowledge to help you hack your credit. You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain. You just say this.
What?
I do not consent to verbal communication. Validate this debt in writing, including the original agreement, or cease all collection efforts. Then hang up.
I'm going to save that. I wonder if that's true. I can ask
Bissy.
Bissy.
To validate the debt in writing.
How do I save?
Also
can I
throw
save
in there,
this?
tell them to give.
Shit. Oh, I lost my goddamn... I hate when I lose my shit. But now I lost my whole shit. I lost where I was. Oh, well. Wait. I can go back and find it, maybe. That TikTok... okay, so that was a favorite. But why didn't it... Favorite? Yeah, this lady. Is this true?
This one sentence gets debt collectors to back off.
Okay, I'm going to go to... Sorry, I'm going to pause for a second. Audience, bear with me.
Hacker, I come to you.
I want to find out if that's true, so I'm going to try and fact check this with Bissy. She's my gal. Bissy... okay, so let's just talk. So I don't want to bore you. I mean, I do want to bore you because I'm boring. But here. Bissy, please fact check the following. This credit hacker said that if I say this sentence to a creditor, it will cause them to back off. Is this true? Okay, then I'm going to... oh, come on. Is this true? And then I'm going to paste in the thing. Let's see if this works. Let's see what Bissy says. Oh, I should have asked Bissy to talk, though. Well, I'll make him say it. Okay, let's see here. Sorry, you're giving me comments. Thank you, but I'm not there. It's not a commercial. I don't think that was a commercial. It didn't say it was an advertisement. If you're talking about Madge, this chat is awfully salty. Yeah. I don't have, it's hard for me to read it all, but I'm glad you're communicating with me. Oh, is this 03? It's going to take a fucking hour. Oh, God. I'm using the wrong model, the deep learning model, so now I have to vamp while she answers. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see. No, the difference is Obama was deporting massive amounts of people, but he did it legally. That's the difference. You have to follow the law. You can't punish somebody for breaking the law by breaking the law. It makes no sense. We don't do that in this country. And if you do, then you're anti-American, and then why do you say you're American with your fucking flag tie? You know, if you want to be an American and you want to pretend you're sticking up for America, then you have to educate yourself on American values and then stick to them. That's all. It's not complicated. You don't have to agree with me, but, you know, you can, like, in America we have democracy, so we have this way where we have disagreements, and democracy allows us to settle our disagreements without fighting. But you have to obey the laws or it doesn't work. And right now, MAGA is not obeying the laws. So you're breaking things, and that can cause a lot of problems, and it can cause a civil war, and it can cause violence. So stop it. Oh, my God, this is taking forever. To stop. Oh, my God, this sucks. Okay, hurry. Short answer, saying, I don't consent to... Here, let me read. Let me have the Bissy read it. This is fucking... I'm so sorry I didn't ask. Oh, my God. See, it makes it so fucking... Send a certified letter. Timing matters. Know who you're doing. You have to send us... Okay, it says the credit... fuck me. Okay, here. The credit hacker phone script is half true. It quotes real rights, but skips the key step, putting it in writing. Send the letter, get a timestamped receipt, and then the legal protections work. Okay, so you have to put it in writing. The end. Okay, now I have a million comments, and I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
You've been lied to. We did tax.
Oh, no.
You know how Republicans kept...
Hold on. So this is where she names the hospital. She's a good one to follow, by the way.
I am
Jessica
an attorney
Craven.
in South Carolina, and this is a shortcut that I have set up on my phone for when the police pull me over. The first thing it does is it just sends a text to my wife and my dad saying, hey, I'm being pulled over, video to come soon.
That's neat.
It sets my screen brightness to 0, and then it starts taking a video with the front camera. That way I can just set my camera in either my door or
my God. Not everybody is a computer programmer. Are you serious?
Pretty clearly gets a view
Oh, my
of
God.
me.
Can't you make an app?
This pilot accidentally gives the passenger announcement to air traffic control instead of his passengers.
Right behind that Lufthansa.
Look at this moron, Glenn Hand, who it's probably a troll, a bot. I don't know. I know I'm not supposed to respond to these morons. Donald Trump is our king. We don't have kings. This is a democracy, not a fucking monarchy. We created this country to get away from a monarchy. Read a history book, moron.
747. Once he exits the alleyway there, we'll be able to make a right turn and head into the...
Private equity. Yeah, the private
Oh,
equity
let's
that
talk about
killed
this.
Joann's, Toys R Us, and probably your local hospital
about
is
this.
about to get a $200 billion tax
no.
cut from Congress. The big beautiful bill lets private equity firms lower their taxes by making more of the interest on their loans tax deductible. That means when a PE firm takes out a loan to buy out a company, that they can write that off on their taxes, which means that we as taxpayers are effectively subsidizing the interest on private equity's loans. The loans that they take out to close...
This is so fucked up. So, like, I'm going to save this, but, like, this private equity stuff, I know something about this due to my day job. And I will say this. Private equity is scary. So what they do is they buy these companies. Like private equity is like a bunch of rich people. It's off the books because they're not a corporation, so we don't know who they are, is the bottom line. Private equity are a bunch of people, rich people with money that buy companies, and because it's private, not corporations, we don't have any right to know who they are. We don't know who they are. It could be the Kardashians, it could be Elon Musk, it could be you if you're super rich and you have money to have a group of people to buy companies. They buy a company like Joann's, they buy a company like Toys R Us, and then they go into debt to buy the company, and then they put the debt that they use to buy the company on the balance sheet of Joann's, which makes them insolvent, and then they go to bankruptcy and go out of business. It's a fucking horrible thing. Not only that, but like private equity, they form monopolies, so private equity can go and say, oh, we're going to buy all the heat pumps, which happened which happened a couple of years ago. I don't know if I don't know the status of it, but I read an article in Wall Street Journal a couple of years ago. Private equity was planning to buy heat pump manufacturers. So that means all the heat pumps are owned by private equity so they can artificially raise the price. Same thing with veterinarians. That's why veterinarian prices are going. Private equity is a big problem, so we need to keep it on our radar.
Close down factories, kill.
Like this guy is saying, the big, beautiful, bloated bill actually gave them another tax break as if they fucking needed it.
Good paying jobs, cut benefits, lower wages, and make most Americans worse off. That's not an exaggeration. It's the private equity business model. Private equity firms make money by buying companies with debt, further indebting said companies, selling parts of the company for scraps, firing everyone who works there, and taking all of the money for their shareholders.
It's not a commercial, Mary. When it's an advertisement on TikTok, it says that it's sponsored. This is not sponsored.
2019 report revealed that private equity is directly or indirectly responsible for the loss of over 1.3 million jobs.
Yeah, and private equity, thank you, Stefani. Private equity does own private prisons too, which makes it even worse and gives them a profit motive to put these fucking people in prison.
Shopify helped me take my small idea.
This annoys me. I hate Elon Musk as much as the next person, but this person becoming famous just because she's his daughter is annoying.
Shopify helped me take my small idea and transform it into a real business. I was sitting at the dinner table trying to come up with different...
I have no idea what Project Sycamore is, Zara. I assume this is some sort of conspiracy theory that I will probably, make fun of you for bringing up, but maybe I'm wrong.
Everybody knows that building planes is expensive. But
no, I didn't know they were expensive. Look, it's me again. Fuck is that? Flat
My
man?
sister saw a dead body yesterday in Chicago. An actual dead body on the street. She saw it. Why did she see a dead body on the street in Chicago? Because of something that I've been begging. I've been begging the public not to do because it's so dangerous for years. For years, I have been begging people not to do this. And because no one's listening, nobody's hearing me, my sister saw a dead body on the street yesterday. We need to stop riding those damn motorized scooters. I don't know how many
Wait a second. I was just riding one yesterday. How about if you stop riding cars like you're in now, and then you can't run over the people in scooters and bicycles, which I think makes more sense because it's much better for the planet to ride a scooter or a bicycle or walk or take public transportation than riding a car. So that's rich coming from somebody in a car, handy.
times
Done with
to
you.
tell
What can I get for you?
We're both having the fish fingers and beans, please.
That's only on the children's menu, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm not very hungry.
I can't let you order that.
What do you mean?
It's for children.
But I can eat what children eat, can't I?
Yeah, but it's only $4.99.
Yeah, I know. Because it's a smaller portion. I'm paying child's prices, but I'm getting a children's portion.
Yeah, but we made it cheaper because it's for kids.
I know, because they're smaller. And it's smaller because they're smaller. It's not a concession. It's not because they're unemployed, is it? And also, an adult's paying, so...
It's the rules.
Oops, sorry. I'm really bad at computers.
Is it? Right. Well, he'll have fish fingers and beans twice.
I'm waiting for this to be funny.
No, but you're just going to eat one of them, aren't you? No. So what are you ordering then?
As I said, I'm not very hungry, so I'll just get a coffee.
Breakfast lunch for him, Marley.
Okay, so yes, there are privately held prisons. I don't know why you think that there's not privately held prisons, but you could also just research that like I just did. There are definitely privately held prisons. No such thing, Benji. Yes, there are. Go look it up. Why do you think that there's... Oh, dude, you should really stop watching and reading the left line. Yes, I should watch Fox, right? Like you, and just live in my own circle of lies. And then somebody tells... I mean, why would you say there's no such thing as privately held prisons? It's really interesting, right? Anyway, you're probably a robot, so never mind. Robot.
Good.
Here's how I made this.
Okay.
There's been a bit of an update in the Kilmar Abrego Garcia case.
I'm interested.
He's currently in Tennessee being held, awaiting trial, and the DOJ, headed by Pam Bondi, is friggin' frothing at the mouth, wanting to deport him again. But they have amended their case and have claimed that when he was held at CCOT, that he was subject to torture.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to read you what they wrote in their amendment.
Yes.
What he was subjected to. And they talk about like a whistleblower complaint outlining like details of torture, but I specifically want to talk about what Kilmar Abrego Garcia himself experienced.
Yes.
So this is going to be a little long, but if you want to hear his firsthand account,
No,
here we
I
go.
want to watch this
So
because
Abrego Garcia
I was trying to find this. I'm glad I found it. Thank you. Flawless Skin. Oh no, that's her filter. Sarah SCU. Whatever.
reports that he was subjected to severe mistreatment upon arrival at CCOT, including but not limited to severe beatings, severe sleep deprivation, inadequate nutrition, and psychological torture. He was one of the first people called off that plane on March 15th, 2025 in El Salvador, and he exited still in chains. Two officials grabbed his arms, pushed him down the stairs, forcing his head down. He was forcibly seated on a bus fitted with a second set of chains and handcuffs, and he was repeatedly struck by the officers when he attempted to raise his head. When they got to CCOT, they were greeted by a prison official that said, "Welcome to CCOT. Whoever enters here doesn't leave." When he was issued his prison clothing, the physical abuse started, including being kicked in the legs with boots, struck in the head and arms to make him change his clothes faster. His head was then shaved with a zero razor, so like a no cutting guard. And he was frog marched to cell 15, being struck with wooden batons along the way. By the following day, plaintiff Abrego Garcia had visible bruises and lumps all over his body. In cell 15, Abrego Garcia and 20 other Salvadorians were forced to kneel from approximately 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., with guards striking anyone who fell from exhaustion. During this time, the plaintiff was denied bathroom access and soiled himself. The detainees were confined to metal bunks with no mattresses in overcrowded cells with no windows, bright lights that remained on 24 hours a day, and no access to sanitation. He was also threatened. The guards repeatedly told him that they would transfer him to cells containing gang members who they assured him would, quote, tear him apart.
Oh my God.
And he stated that he repeatedly observed prisoners in nearby cells who he understood to be gang members violently harm each other with...
It's awful. Does anybody have more information on CCOT? Because I really want to understand what's going on there, because they do tell them that nobody leaves there. So it makes me suspicious, that of what happened. How do you have a prison where nobody ever leaves? That means they die there. So does that mean it's a death camp? Sure sounds like it.
No intervention from the guards or personnel. Screams from nearby cells would similarly ring out throughout the night without any response from prison guards or personnel. During his first 2 weeks at CCOT, he experienced such significant deterioration in his physical condition, and he lost approximately 31 pounds in 2 weeks. This is why they fought so hard against...
Well, he was a little overweight. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, I'm going to end because I need to eat, audience. I appreciate you being there. If anybody knows like how to research, has any more information on CCOT, I'd love that. Like credible, sourced research. I would love to see that. Also, if you want to see I don't leave my lives on YouTube. I make them private. All of my content is available on Substack, madge.substack.com. I have a lot of content I post pretty much every day, but you have to pay for it. It's private not just because I want money for it, which I do, but also the main reason is because I just can't speak freely if it's open to the public. I just can't. That's just not how I work. So if you want that, then, my streams are open to the public, but only while they're streaming, and then, it's over and I put them on the Substack. So madge.substack.com. If you want to email me, madge@yeastradio.com. If you have any more information on CCOT, madge@yeastradio.com. My TikTok is Madge Weinstein. My Insane Films is my YouTube. What else? Yeah. Threads, Madge Weinstein. In any case, if you're a human, thank you for joining me. If you're a bot, please don't come back. And thank you. Where's the button? How do I stamp this thing? Also listen to my friend